Hello, Harrison students, teachers, and parents. I'm happy to be with you today for your career week. I so wish I could be there in person, and maybe next year we will be able to. But my name is Tess Neff, and I have lived in Lakewood for 32 years, and my husband and I raised our 3 children in Lakewood, and we love it here. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my career, and currently I actually have 2 jobs. So my day job, kind of like your teacher who's there during the day with you, is court administrator of the Cuyahoga County Juvenile Court. And it sounds like a long title, and you've probably never heard of it. And what I do is I oversee the functions of the court. And I was appointed to this position in 2015 by the 6 judges. And it was really a vote of confidence for me. I was very excited that they all agreed on my selection. And what I do is I oversee, over 500 employees, and we work together to make sure, the needs of the community and the children we serve and the families we serve are met. So juvenile court has jurisdiction over children who come before the court for various reasons. They may have committed a crime, there may be issues with their parents, and we hear their cases as long as they come to us before they turn 18 years of age. So there's a lot of things we have to address. There's children who aren't going to school. There's parents who are not able to take care of their children, and there's kids who unfortunately commit crimes, so they come before us. For example, a child may steal something from a store, and if they're caught, they could be arrested and brought to our court and have to go through the process. And our job here is to really get them connected with services in the community and get them the help they need so that they can get on the right path. And that's why it's really important to maintain your schooling, to make sure you go to your classes, because education is very important. My night job after work is councilwoman for Lakewood City Council in Ward 1. And I was elected by the voters. It was an honor to be elected in 2019. And what I do is I'm kind of a connector to the city for the residents. For example, a resident recently called me because their recycling bin wasn't emptied on their trash pickup day. So what I do is I contact the pertinent individuals with the city to get that problem resolved for the resident. So it's a lot of things like that. I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, and it's gratifying helping people. And that's what my whole career has been about: public service and helping people. And I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I've been in public service for 28 years. So I want to tell you how I got on that path. So it's important I have to rewind back to when I was 12 years old. So I am the oldest of 7 siblings, and I am the first in my family history to have gone to college. But before that happened, I, at the age of 12, worked with my mom at the restaurant where she was a waitress. I thought it was pretty cool at the time because I was the youngest one there, and I would help make salads and do dishes. And then after that, my brother and I had a paper route where we actually used our bicycles as our transportation. We had the big canvas bag, we wrapped it around our handlebars, and we would deliver the papers. And I'm telling this to you for a reason, and you'll see at the end why. And you're probably also wondering, why is she wearing this black robe? That comes into play here shortly about some of the other positions I had, and I'm using it as a prop so you can have an idea. So after I graduated from high school, I was able to go to college, and I went to Bowling Green State University. And I was able to go because I worked at McDonald's to pay my way through college, because my family didn't have a lot of money and they weren't going to be able to pay for me to attend. And it was one of the best experiences of my life to be able to go to college. I was exposed to a lot of different things and people who I otherwise would have not met. And I originally was interested in journalism because I like to write. But I eventually took a course that really interested me in criminal justice, and that's what I finally majored in. So, and I also worked in college. I worked for the dean of the criminal justice department. So I really never stopped working since I was 12 years old. So right out of college, I had the opportunity to move to Houston, Texas, the great state of Texas, as they say. And there I worked as a police officer for 3 years. And I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot. And the best part of it was not making an arrest, but helping the community. I walked a lot. I would get to know the business owners, and they respected me. I respected them. And it was just a wonderful job. But I missed my family in the Cleveland area. So I moved back to the Cleveland area and landed in Lakewood in 1988, and I've been there ever since. So my husband and I got married, and then I went to law school. So to go to law school, you have to have a college degree of 4 years, which I had from Bowling Green. So I went to law school and studied hard, and it took me 3 years full time. And when I graduated, I had to take a special exam called the bar exam, and you need to pass it to be an attorney in the state of Ohio. And I became an attorney, and I initially was representing individuals who committed crimes, and they couldn't afford to pay an attorney, so I would be appointed to represent them. I also worked in private practice and a little bit of real estate and some other things. But then I had the wonderful opportunity to be appointed as a magistrate in the Lakewood Municipal Court. And that's where this robe came in handy. As a magistrate, what you are is you help a judge. You help the judge hear cases. So as a magistrate, you're not elected, but you're appointed by the judge for whom you are working. And I was in Lakewood for 10 years, and I absolutely loved it. And I worked a lot with landlords and tenants who were maybe losing their home. I would help mediate those cases to resolve it favorably for the landlord and hopefully be able to keep the tenant in their house. And also I heard small claims, and those were always interesting. For example, say someone took your bicycle, or maybe you let them borrow it, and it was time you wanted it back, but they wouldn't return it. You would be able to take that case to the Lakewood court and file what's called a small claims complaint to either get your bicycle back or get the value for it. So it was another way for me to help people and help the community. And I also served as the acting judge sometimes when the judge wasn't there, and that was really enjoyable too. But then I had the opportunity to be able to go to the juvenile court where I currently work. Not as the court administrator, which is my current position, but as a magistrate. And I came here in 2007, and it's been a wonderful ride. It's sad at times because you're helping children and families who really need assistance. They've made bad choices, or they just don't have the income or the resources to follow the law, and they make, as I said, bad choices. And I really enjoyed that job, and I did that 8 years before I was promoted to my current position as the court administrator. And I tell you all of this because getting to a point in your career where you're happy and you love what you're doing takes a lot of work, and it's not always gonna be the perfect job the first time around when you try, and you may get rejected, but don't let that disappoint you. You just keep trying, you work hard, be dedicated to your education, and your path will pave its way for you. And I'm really excited to see what you all might do, and I hope you continue your schooling, follow the rules at home, because it's really important to keep a straight head, make good decisions. And the best advice I can give you, besides attending school and listening to your parents, is to surround yourself with friends who make good choices. Use this great brain you have up here. And if you're uncomfortable with something, you need to tell your parent or your teacher so they can help you in a situation that may be uncomfortable for you. Well, I really enjoyed talking with you, although I can't see you, and hopefully one day I'll be able to meet you and appear at your school in person. And I wish I had an opportunity for you to ask me questions, but maybe that time will be in the near future. But be well, take care, and I wish you the best in your future. Thank you.